confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the place. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the place. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the place. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the place. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The catamounts who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did it, AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the place. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the place. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the place. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the place. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the place. Next level. One of the best. Everything. I am the place. Remember me.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Jones throw caught by Tony. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Giants had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he will have a Giants first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, here's Tua, rolling to his left. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against the defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through him for a solid gain.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. From the 36, Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now Jones. Finding Harris over the middle. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. No score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The Bears and the Giants both looking to improve their passing games in 2022, that's for sure. Last year, the Bears ranked number 30 in the NFL in passing yards. The Giants actually one spot worse at number 31. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Throwing on first down. Jones. He's got Bellinger. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His fifth rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he's... inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Aaron Robinson in on the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6. That brings up 3rd and 1. Here we go, Shaq! Look at my team!
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And they get. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Out to the right here to Shepard. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Barkley inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the lead will hold at 13. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this has no chance. It's no good. Well, wide to the left. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tua going to throw. Montgomery, another target and catch. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Montgomery is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Okay, great.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Once more Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are back within a score. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Jones now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kenny Young. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's got some space here. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. It finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Montgomery on the counter. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, what that first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch in between the tackles, but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A handoff, Barkley running left. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Tua on 4th down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised, because usually one miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt, or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Open man is Galladay, complete. Jones to Galladay there for a Giant first. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And able to work his way down to the 16.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Raheem Mostert, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Jones and Shepard with a connection there for Giants 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bearsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on them. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Over the middle, complete. It's Fuller. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Room here to run. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On the ready.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. His throw incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Meanwhile, Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jones gets this to Bellinger. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Now Jones. And that'll be caught by Tony. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
To throw is Jones. And that's complete to Shepard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Jones. That's complete to Tony. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Gano for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of it. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Gano the extra point, and a lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here we go. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Tua. Able to find Kmet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One final try for Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game.